Welcome back to Wilkow. Today's Daily Digit, are you ready for this? $594 billion. That's how much the government has already paid out in Social Security and disability checks this year. $594 billion. It's an all-time record. Now, I want you to remember the days of journalism. You know, the good old days when you actually had to fact check. Believe it or not, I'm a rarity in this business. I went to journalism school, and anytime we were assigned a story topic, we were taught to do our homework. Yeah, homework. We didn't just chase leads and report them. We would get the assignment, then we would verify the 5 W's: the who, the what, the where, the why, and the when. And once it was approved by an editor, we were taught to write the story. You know, lately, all I've been reading are stories driven by narratives, rather than articles that are actually reporting on something. Take the coverage on the campaign. Now, the mainstream media is saying Mitt Romney can't handle the pressure of his campaign. It's always something with Romney in the media. First, it was the dog story. Remember?
30 years ago, Mitt Romney strapped his dog to the roof of his car for a 12-hour ride. He's still taking heat for it. The Westminster Kennel Club is holding their annual dog show here in New York City at Madison Square Garden. Well, doggone it, today a group of dogs, a group called Dogs Against Romney, showed up outside the arena to protest the man currently trailing Rick Santorum in the polls. I guess you could call this a doggone man protest. Mitt Romney has never denied the story. He's been laughing it off since he's been running for president in 2007.
Did MSNBC really take a live shot of a dog protest? When I was in journalism school, we would never have considered that story newsworthy. And then let's not forget when Obama told America, in fact, he was in favor of gay marriage.
For me personally, it is important for me to go ahead and affirm that I think same-sex couples should be able to get married.
The very next day, reporters released stories that Mitt Romney bullied a high school student who may have been gay. Now, I'm sorry, the very next day, you know, this story was going back to 1965. It would have taken weeks, if not months, to research all the information. Really, it was just out there. That was no coincidence. Mitt Romney was actually, unfortunately, forced to do some damage control. So Romney responded by apologizing.
I don't recall the incident myself, but I've seen the reports and not going to argue with that. There's no question but that I did some stupid things when I was in high school. And obviously, if I hurt anyone by virtue of that, I would be very sorry for it and apologize for it.
You know, it turns out reporters couldn't even corroborate that story. Do your research. And while you're at it, you know, how about you make sure your mics are off before you decide to collaborate on questions during Mitt Romney's press conference on the Libya attacks? Yeah, you heard me right. Reporters were overheard coordinating their questions about his tone, not even his policy. Take a listen.
I would just say, do you regret your question?
Your question?
I mean, your statement, not even the tone, because then he can go off on.
And then if he does, I think we should follow up and say, but this morning your answer continuing to send.
You can't say that.
Check.
Hang on. Say Bob. He's the touch line of live now.
But I mean, I just want to make sure that we're just talking about no matter who he calls on, we're covered on the one question that.
Do you stand by your statement or do you want to write your statement?
Okay, so here's my question. With the mainstream media so focused on bashing Mitt Romney with these ridiculous claims, how do we make sure we have a media covering actual breaking news stories?